Welcome to another edition of the Mark Ballard Show. I have a special guest by the name of Thomas Watkins. He's my best friend, my big brother, and he got his son right here named Tavon. Tom.
Yes, indeed.
How long we been knowing each other? We've been knowing each other for over 30 years, right?
Over 30 years.
Over 30 years. Seen the transition of how far that you came and I came.
Yeah.
A major move that I'm doing right now. What's going on, Pops? How you doing, sir? Michael Butler. I'm back at it again. Live and direct at Pat 14. Got my brother Thomas Watkins and his son Tavon here.
Dig it.
We definitely get ready to talk about some wonderful things and some life experiences that we've been having and how far we came.
Family friendly.
Yeah, family friendly.
Family friendly.
Okay, so hold on. You have you're a comedian now, right?
I am.
How long you been a comedian?
I've been a comedian now since I went broke. No, let me stop.
Oh, okay.
No, just after COVID.
Okay.
Just after COVID, I decided I had been out of work so long I wasn't going back to work.
Okay. So, what other places you
Done comedy?
done comedy at? Yeah.
The Gotham in New York.
What's up, Pops?
Magoobies in Baltimore. Several different places.
Okay.
A lot of places.
Yeah, Pops, I'm back on the scene. Trying to get my momentum back. You know, it's been a minor setback, but I'm back at it again. I got my close friend. Huh?
What you mean a minor setback?
Had to do some studying, soul searching, and good stuff like that. Had to rebuild myself back up. Look at him.
Hey, look, you're supposed to do it when you're not feeling good. You're supposed to do it when you're feeling good. You're supposed to do it when you think that the world is beating you up, because that's when you grow.
That's the best part to come out. But see, the last couple of times I was supposed to came here, they had some like events going on, so there wasn't nobody here to render my podcast off, so I had to wait till now.
Listen. Billy Radio, open every day.
Hey, are we invited to your show, sir?
Come on, baby. Stop that. Look, stop that. With that, sir. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Come on, baby.
But
You
back.
never asked that.
Yep. Yeah, Tom. So, my brother Tom's he's a comedian, and he's pretty funny, man. He's a pretty funny dude, man. I ain't gonna hold you. He's funny as I don't know what.
I'm being censored right now.
Yeah, he's being censored. He can't do too much of talking, like how he want to go in.
You never know, you got the business, but that's all.
Yeah, I am admittedly trifling, so.
Hey, Aunt Ruthie.
I am admittedly trifling, so, my comedy on a college public access television,
It's not gonna work.
I mean, I could dumb it, I could do it, but it wouldn't be funny, and it wouldn't be me, No. Instead of saying what I want to see, huh?
Who's funny?
No.
You just foot your own self.
No.
I understand.
Yeah.
What's up, Twan?
It wouldn't be me. It wouldn't be me.
That's you.
So, you said you did shows at where?
The Gotham, plenty of places. Magoobies in Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
They had a special down at Howard Theater in D.C. that I did.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all over, bro. I go where the money say go. I'm not known well enough now for me to establish my own comedy show.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever the manager calls up and say, hey, this person wants you to open up or come up or whatever, I go where the money go. You know, I jump on a plane and I get out of town and I do what I got to do.
Right.
You know, I'm still building.
So, if there's anybody out there that want to be a comedian, give me any tips or whatever, man. What direction to go in?
Make yourself laugh. Make yourself laugh. If you can make yourself laugh, there is somebody who will laugh with you. I dream my whole set, and then I wake up and plagiarize myself. You know, basically, I picture myself in concert doing the whole 10 minutes, 30 minutes, hour, and I just try to remember what I saw when I was on stage doing it. I know it sounds crazy.
Do you write your scripts down, or do you come from the top?
You have to write down everything.
You have to write down everything.
I know your show doesn't have to be directly as you wrote it down, but in the business of comedy, it is not truly yours until you write it down and somehow timestamp it while you're trying to perform it.
That's what I was thinking.
Because that's how you hold the rights to your intellectual property. You know, it's if you don't, then you'll see some Joe Schmo or 2 states away
Doing the
performing
same
your
thing.
whole comedy show.
I heard they be stealing people's stuff. When I've been looking at the Cat Williams and the Kevin Hart situation and all
Carlos
that,
Mencia.
there's a lot of people biting people's stuff.
Carlos-
I heard about. Did you hear?
Carlos Mencia will steal your material.
You heard about Cedric the Entertainer taking Bernie Mac's all his stuff. And the one where he was in the car and all that. It was Cat Williams' joke first.
Yes. And it's a lot. I mean, hey, when you're not around anymore, then I guess your stuff is up for grabs. You see a lot of people doing the Red Fox, I'm coming to join you now that he's gone. And you know, it's people will do, you know, you do what you have to do to get paid, and you try not to step on someone else while you're doing it. But a lot of people that are prominent will see your talent, and they'll ask you first sometimes, hey, can you write for me? But a lot of times they'll just perform your show 3 states over, and when you come to perform your show, they'll be like, hold up, I saw such and such a person say that same thing like 2 weeks ago.
They be biting, as they say back in the day. You can't be biting people's stuff. People be biting.
You know, but
the same thing with music. If the same thing with music, if someone heard your stuff, they'll take your idea and try to flip it like they created it.
well,
you know what I mean?
I'm not established enough to do what some Caucasian comedians can do, like Andrew Dice Clay, who's coming to Baltimore the 4th and the 5th. They called me up. They say, hey, you want to come open for Andrew Dice Clay? You know, no, I don't. You know, no, I don't.
I've heard that name since the 80s.
No, I don't want to come open up for Andrew Dice Clay. I don't want to open up for Andrew Dice Clay. I don't want to open up for anybody like Jerry Seinfeld.
Or Foxworthy, Jeff Foxworthy.
Well, they perform the exact same show that they've been performing for their
years.
whole career.
The whole thing, the same way.
People look for Jerry Seinfeld to do exactly today what Jerry Seinfeld did while the Seinfeld show was on. You know, and it's crazy. But if you're black, every time you walk into a comedy show, you might get away with running one comedy show for a year from state to state, but after that, they expect a whole new experience, a whole new comedy show. Because, quite frankly, black people know comedy. They know comedy, and they know good comedy. You can't go into a comedy show subpar in Atlanta, Georgia. You can't go into a comedy show subpar in Washington, D.C. You can't go into a comedy show subpar in Baltimore City. You can't go into a comedy show subpar where the crowd is predominantly black and do the exact same thing you did. Once you leave town, you have to change your whole comedy show if you're coming back to town.
So, you're funny. Because I never been to one of your shows. I mean, you my brother. I know you're a funny dude. But what was the largest people, audience that you performed in front of? The largest ever.
Texas, about 60,000.
So you was in the $60,000, 60.
No. 60,000 people came. I performed there.
Did you move them?
I moved them, but it was not my show. I opened for Gabriel Iglesias. So, Fluffy's show. Excellent gentleman. Excellent. One of the few people who will tell you, be as funny as you can. People come to see him for him. A lot of people will tell you if they think you might be funnier than they are, to bring it down. Try to be less funny because they can't come up to that level. Some people who are genuine, have their show, do their thing, they'll tell you go in there and show out and show off and try to bring in your own crowd. Some people don't. Some people like Kevin Hart have his own specific crew that travel with him, so he never had that problem.
Right.
They open for him, and he closes. And it's like that from state to state. New Jersey, wherever he performed, he's got the Plastic Cup Boys performing in front of him.
Yeah. His crew.
Okay,
Mr.
So why did you turn that Andrew Dice Clay?
I didn't feel that my comedy meshed with his style. I don't go into a comedy show looking to how do I say this? Looking to outshine the person that's coming on behind me, in the first place. But it's a way older crowd than you would expect to come see Andrew Dice Clay. I mean, the 70s and, mostly Caucasian, 65 to 74, and I don't change my comedy to pander to an audience. It would be the same me as if I was at home, And it's not like I don't feel that they could take to my comedy. It's just not something I want to do at this point in my career.
All right. I'm just saying. Because you could have presented your comedy. This is just my opinion. You know what I mean? My opinion is like everybody got one. You heard me. But anyhow, I think that it's just like sometimes you just got to step outside of what you think is comfortable.
Yeah, in D.C., a little bit later in April, around the 20th, I'm committed to a health fair. And it's like only 34, 35 miles from the Magoobies. I don't want them to clash. I'm already on the bill for the other thing, and although that was a late call-in, they called me like Friday. Huh?
So both of them on the date? That's what you're saying?
No, not on the same date, but too close around the same time. I'm putting stuff together, a clean comedy set for a health fair, a national health fair in D.C. I don't want to be in Baltimore 2 weeks before and then turn around and be in D.C. doing that. Huh?
Let me ask you this question.
Uh-huh.
You said you put together clean, so for a hair fair in D.C.
Yeah.
Right? But you can't put together a clean comedy set right now.
Yeah. No. I can. I can.
Okay?
I can.
I'm just listening to that. All right.
No, I.
Give us something there.
The clean comedy is okay. For instance, let's bring it into this. I've noticed lately.
Give us something.
No, I got you. I noticed lately that the kids are different, right? And the kids are different because parenting is now different. There are a lot of things that we are not allowed to do as parents. You know, we sort of care about where we're going to end up after we do what we think we have to. I grew up with a father who cared nothing about the system. The system didn't mean anything to him. It was broken. You know, this man would buy you a dog and never get the dog a shot, a heartworm pill, or anything of that nature, right? There's the same man who wore 2 belts. The man wore 2 belts. You do something wrong, you knew one of them belts was coming off. You know what I'm saying? Now here's the messed up thing about my father wearing 2 belts. The man wore suspenders. The man wore suspenders. Them belts were specifically for when you did something wrong.
Strictly for ass whippings.
You know what I'm saying? And you can feel the butt whooping all the way through you. He hit you on your outer cheeks and you can feel it all the way to your anus. That's all I'm saying. See, so I could do comedy anywhere, you know, and make sure that it's funny and people will understand and like it or whatever, you know. But, huh?
I got 2 belts in the suspenders.
Yeah. But here's the thing. It's true. See, the best part of comedy is when it's personal to you because you are your own expert. Nobody can denounce, hey, that ain't never happened. It happened to me. You know? I remember one time, I mean, it happened to me. You know?
He wasn't playing with you.
My father was not even the worst one you had to worry about. One time I went to school, I got in a fight. My mother got on the phone chain. I guess she didn't want to get up and come get me from school. There was a different mother whooping me from the school to my home block, just passing me off from block to block. Everybody took their turn. You know what I'm saying? And when I got home, I went from being an African American, Pan-Pacific Islander, to being Hispanic because my mother kicked me in the chest. Holy man, shots. You know, I could feel it in my soul. You know,
Look at Pop, yo.
I could feel it in my soul. You know,
Pop, is he moving you right now?
and then that's when, after you take it to the head, I done got whooped by different mothers all the way home from Thomas Stone Elementary School in North Brentwood, Maryland. I got whooped at least 6 blocks. One mother grabbed my hand, whooped me, take me to the next block, and it got worse and worse. And mother kicked me in my chest, we're Hispanic, and then she looked at me and she said the worst thing a little dude could ever hear, wait till your father get home.
What's up,
What?
Caesar?
You know what I'm saying? What? I got to do it again. I put belts in my, I put books in my drawers and tried to hide them under the bed.
Boy, look.
Didn't I? I had Curious George all up against my thighs. I was trying to save myself from that whooping. 3 o'clock in the morning, my father came home, snatched me from up under the bed, and tore Curious George up. That's all I'm saying. You know, I had books all in my drawers trying to save from that whooping.
Man, look.
But now kids these days, they'll back talk you. You know what I'm saying? They'll cuss you.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times you see a lack of respect that we had for, you know, people of a certain age. You know, we might not always listen to what they said, but we at least were quiet while they were saying it, you know, and appeared to listen. We didn't turn around and tell you, oh, well, I don't want to hear that, or nothing like that.
Yeah, you get a whole Face not, though.
But parents, I guess we get in trouble when we say, I'm never going to do that to my child, you know, or I'm not going to treat my child that way, you know, and they don't have something that we have, a respect factor or a conscience or something, you know, but it seems that the tonality of the new kid is not that of us.
Mr. Tavon,
Yeah,
how you doing, young sir?
I'm doing fine.
Can you tell the world what you like to do? You make music, right?
Yeah,
Go ahead and let everybody know what you do.
what type of
Tell them.
Can they hear you?
No, they can't hear you.
You.
Tell them where to follow you at. They hear.
Oh, y'all can find me on IG at Nook on the come up and stuff like that, on some cool stuff. You feel me?
Go ahead, talk to them.
Bro, I don't even know, bro. I'm looking at the phone.
What made you start rapping?
Just seeing other people in the industry.
Your father was not an inspiration to you?
He was.
That's supposed to first be the first thing you said, my pops. Because he's a heater. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, he's definitely a heater. This young brother right here, Pop, has 3,000 tracks already made. He's a time bomb. And he use it on his phone or whatever he records on his phone. And he has so many songs. I've never seen nothing like it in my life. I've never seen anybody of that caliber, that rap, that made 3,000 tracks. When was the last time?
Let me hear one after.
Well, I'm gonna have to send it to you.
No, he made.
Ah, boy, you would go ahead and do something. You got some rhymes with that don't have no curse words and profanity in it, sir?
No.
All his stuff is
Explicit.
and I'll let you hear him. I have to send it to you.
But bleep it out.
Are you good with editing like that? Bleeping stuff out? Because he needs somebody to help him master. He needs somebody to master his stuff. I mean, he really sounds good, but he needs mastering.
And if he plays it right now, we on live, you might be able to stop it and bleep it on the phone, but you can't get it off the camera.
Nah, we gonna have to get to that some other time. But Tavon, how do you like it here on the Eastern Shore so far? He just moved from Baltimore City. How do you like it out here?
It's cool.
It's cool. You gotta look at the camera.
Oh, sure. It's cool for real.
He be going to go to the park side starting tomorrow.
Okay, people, I forgot to pander to the camera.
Yeah, make sure you do that. Shout out to everybody who's watching this show. This is actually the second edition of the Mark Ballard Show this year so far. You know, I'm trying to get my momentum back and get my drive back. So y'all stay tuned. And anything else you want to talk about? We can just continue to talk about these children disrespecting the elders.
That's true. And but I think, you know, it's not that kids don't know. You know, it's not that they don't know. But again, they walk around in a different time. You know, when we walked around, and our pressures are not their pressures. We didn't have gun pressures. You know, we have maybe throw your hands after school pressures. But these kids don't fight anymore.
Nope.
They don't fight anymore. It's not a one-on-one. You don't hear Batman hit my hand. That don't happen no more.
Yeah, knock the grass out your hand and draw the line. You cross the line, you gotta fight and all that. I remember them days.
You know, but back then you could get somebody to fight you. You know, now you can't get a person to fight you. They gotta run and get somebody. You know, my go-to was how your mother's taste buds feel. You know, what you mean my mother's taste buds? All the ding-a-ling she tastes. You know what I'm saying? Woo, knuckle up. You talk about somebody's mother. You know, knuckle on up. You know, that's what we did. I'm 55. Back when I was little, it's what we did. We talked about your mother. You know what I'm saying? You know, and we came off real strong when we talked about your mother. You know, you tell a nigga your mother got a left toe and a right foot. You know what I'm saying?
You leaking.
You nobody cussed twice.
I only said ass. I'll say it again. Ass is in the Bible. That's a comedian joke. Anyway,
You lucky I love you. You lucky I love you.
yeah.
Oh, let me bring it back down. But still, we talked about your mother. We went to the hands. You know, you ran home, got your big brother until you ran out of big brothers or whatever. And we picked you up, dusted you off, and we was your friend tomorrow. You know, they don't have a situation where it's about physicality. You know, we didn't have participation trophies when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
You either won 2 or 3, or you just the dude on the bench. You know what I'm saying? You just the dude on the bench, or whatever. If you don't win, you didn't win. We didn't have trophies for non-winners. You know.
Hey, Pop, I'm about to sign on out, man. About to go ahead and continue the show. We about to sign out anyway, brother. Tavon, would you please tell everybody how to reach you again?
Go to my Instagram or Nook on the come up. Go to my YouTube, Lord Nook Topic.
Spell it.
Or that LORNOOK. That's my YouTube and my Instagram, NOOK on the come up. DA.
Yeah. Check him out.
I have my very first clip from my very first comedy show on YouTube. It's under Mr. Luck Lover with a capital M. Mr. Luck Lover Comedy. And you can go there. I have a nice full, I guess, maybe 5-6 minutes there that you can watch.
Okay.
You know.
Yep. So, ladies and gentlemen, we about to sign out. We talked for a little bit, but we're going to be back at it again here in the near future. Mad shout-outs to Pat14 for allowing me to come here to do the show. Mad shout-outs to Tom. I'm glad you came. I'm glad you're back in the area.
But then, too, the Eastern Shore is my area. So you can expect me to try to put together something quickly for home. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of those, I'm going to travel, I'm going to forget about home. The minute somebody has a show or I can find a venue, you can believe I'm going to do something at home, and I guarantee you all going to love it.
We try to work on some venues now and real soon, so y'all stay tuned for that too. Mad shout-outs to Rat Fiend Radio, everybody who's tuning in. Show still comes on Rat Fiend Radio every Saturday, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Stay tuned, everybody. That's the only thing I can say. And everybody continue to encourage one another and help someone out. And that's basically all I got. Any shout-outs before we roll out?
Can we still say ass? Hey, yo, I'd like to give a shout-out to my brother D Black. This has been a Split Ass Cheeks production, baby.
I want to give a shout out to Shepippa Lang, to Mapala Chiggins on the Jet Yangs on the Pickle Langs.
Ladies and gentlemen, we out. Peace. Stay tuned, everybody. Peace and blessings to everybody.
Thank God for live, because they definitely going to cut that off of here.